Stop. Look at your life. Are you in control? Or are you a slave to the next click, the next snack, the next easy, immediate high? The gap between the person you are and the person you want to be is forged in one skill, and one skill alone: delayed gratification. This is the ultimate power. It is the core secret of every successful person in history, and it is the one thing they do not teach you in school. You don't have it. That's why you're failing. This audiobook is your training manual. This is how you build it from scratch. Listen, apply, and transform.
Chapter 1. Destroy the now mentality. Let's be honest. You are here because you are failing. You are not the person you want to be. You do not have the life you want to have. And the reason is simple. You are a slave. You are a slave to your impulses, a slave to the next easy thing, a slave to now. This is your enemy. I want you to picture it. The now mentality, it is the part of your brain that screams for comfort, for ease, for the immediate reward. It's the voice that tells you to check your phone instead of doing the work. It's the hand that reaches for the sugar instead of the apple. It's the body that stays on the couch instead of going to the gym. And this mentality is not your fault, not entirely. You are living inside a prison. It's a prison designed by corporations, by marketers, by social media algorithms. They have built a world, a dopamine trap, designed for one purpose and one purpose only: to keep you weak, to keep you clicking, to keep you consuming. Dopamine is not the pleasure chemical. That is a lie. Dopamine is the seeking chemical. It is the biological loop that says seek, 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 and never find. It's the engine of instant gratification. Every notification ping, every endless scroll, every greasy, high-sugar meal delivered to your door in minutes. This is the system, and it is feasting on your potential. It is feasting on your future. You feel that pull in your pocket. You check your phone. For what? Nothing. A like. A meaningless comment. You just gave your most valuable asset, your focus, to a machine for free. You just chose now at the expense of later. The easy path leads to a hard life. You must burn that phrase into your mind. This is the central conflict. The now mentality is the easy path. It is the path of least resistance. It's the path that most people take, and that is why the majority of people are living lives of quiet, desperate failure.
Look at them, drowning in debt, trapped in bodies they hate, working jobs they despise, living in a fog of distraction and regret. That is the hard life, and it is the guaranteed outcome of the easy path. You have a choice. You can continue to be a slave to the now, or you can decide right this second to fight back. This is where the real work begins, because this prison isn't just external, it's internal. You have been brainwashed by a single toxic phrase. The great lie, the ultimate self-sabotage. The phrase is this: I deserve it. You know the one. You spend an hour on the treadmill fighting for your health. You feel good. You feel proud. And then the now mentality whispers, you were so good, you deserve a reward. So you reward yourself with a 1,000-calorie milkshake. You reward yourself with a slice of cake. You reward yourself with junk. Stop lying to yourself. That is not a reward. That is negation. That is addiction. That is the now mentality justifying its own weakness. You just erased your progress. You just told your future self, you don't matter. You don't deserve the junk. You deserve the result. You deserve the goal. But the now mentality cannot see the goal. It can only see the immediate, easy pleasure. It's not about deserving, it's about becoming. And you cannot become the person you want to be if you are constantly rewarding yourself with the very things that are holding you back. The easy path leads to a hard life. Think about the person who deserves a break. They work for an hour, then deserve to scroll on their phone for 2. They are actively building a life of failure. They are training their brain to quit. This is non-negotiable. You must kill this phrase. From this moment on, you will reframe it. When your brain says, "I deserve it," your new, disciplined mind will say, "I am earning something better." That's the key. This chapter is called Destroy the Now Mentality. How do you do it? You don't need a 10-step plan. You don't need their permission. You need a decision. First, you must see the enemy. You must become an active observer of your own mind. When you feel the pull to the easy path, you will name it. You will say, "That's the now mentality. That's the dopamine trap." Second, you must starve it. The now mentality is a beast. You kill it by not feeding it. When the urge to check the phone comes, you will not check it. You will sit in the discomfort. You will let the urge pass. This is the new training. Third, you must replace it. You will consciously, deliberately choose the harder path, not because it's better for you, but to build the muscle. You will take the stairs. You will drink the water. You will read the page. You will make the cold call. You will choose the small, hard investment over the easy, cheap expense. Every time you do this, you are casting a vote for your future self. Every time you reject the now, you are building a new identity. This is the foundation. You cannot build a fortress of self-control on rotten ground. You must clear the land. You must destroy the now mentality first. This is the first lesson. The easy path leads to a hard life. But there is another path, the hard path, the path of discipline, the path of sacrifice. And here is the secret they don't want you to know. The hard path leads to an easy life, a life of freedom, a life of choice. You have seen the enemy. You have seen the prison you are in. You have seen the lie that keeps you there. Now you must understand the stakes. You must understand why this fight is so critical. Because this isn't just about your phone or your food. This is a war. And you are fighting for your entire future.
Chapter 2. The Silent War for Your Future. In the last chapter, we identified the enemy, the now mentality, the dopamine trap. We saw it for what it is, a prison designed to keep you weak, distracted, and addicted to the immediate, easy high. But why do you stay in this prison? Why do you willingly choose the path of least resistance, even when you know deep down it leads to a life you don't want? You do it because you have been taught the second great lie. You believe that delayed gratification is punishment. You believe it's about deprivation, that it's boring, that it's a joyless life of saying no. When you think of discipline, you think of loss. You think of the cookie you can't eat, the show you can't watch, the money you can't spend. That is the now mentality's greatest trick. It has convinced you that building your future is a punishment in the present. I am here to tell you that is a lie. Delayed gratification is not punishment. It is strategy. It is not deprivation.
It is power. It is the conscious, strategic, and powerful decision to pay a small price today to win an enormous prize tomorrow. That's the key. This is not a life of no. This is a life of not yet. This is a life of I want something better. It's not about losing the small pleasure. It's about investing in the massive win. You have to change your frame. You are not a consumer. You are an investor. The only difference is the timeline. The slave to now consumes. The master of tomorrow invests. You know the marshmallow test. It's famous for a reason. They put a child in a room with a marshmallow. They say, you can eat this one marshmallow right now. Or, if you wait 15 minutes, you can have 2 marshmallows. The child who eats the marshmallow now is a slave to the now mentality. The child who waits, that child understands strategy. That child understands leverage. That child gets a 100% return on their investment in 15 minutes.
You hear that story and you think, I'm an adult. I'm smarter than a child. Are you? Look at your life. You are surrounded by marshmallows, and you are eating them all day long. That new phone you just had to have, financed over 2 years even though your old one worked fine, that's a marshmallow. That $3,000 you just spent on a vacation you couldn't afford, putting it all on a credit card that's now collecting 25% interest, that's a marshmallow. That fast food you ate again last night because you were too tired to cook, that lazy evening you spent scrolling on a screen instead of reading the book, building the skill, or working on the business, those are your marshmallows. You are failing the marshmallow test every single day. And the price isn't just a second marshmallow. The price is your life. You have a choice. Every decision you make is either an investment in your future or it is a theft from your future. And I want you to hear this. I want you to burn this into your brain. Your future self is watching. That's right. The person you will be in 10 years, the healthy, wealthy, free version of you, or the sick, broke, trapped version of you, that person exists, and they are watching you. They are watching you decide. Every time you hit the snooze button, your future self is watching you steal energy from them. Every time you buy the junk you don't need, your future self is watching you steal wealth from them. Every time you choose the couch over the treadmill, your future self is watching you steal health from them. Your future self is watching. Are you making them proud? Or are you betraying them for the cheap, easy high of now? This is the silent war. It's you today versus you tomorrow. And right now, you are letting today win. You are letting the impulsive, weak, short-sighted version of you rob the powerful, successful future version of you. This must stop. You don't need their permission to change this. You just need to change the math. The now mentality only sees the cost of discipline. It never sees the reward. Your new, powerful mind must only see the investment. It's not about the pain of the workout. It's about the investment in your health. It's not about the boredom of studying. It's about the investment in your skills. It's not about the sacrifice of saving money. It's about the investment in your freedom. The reward isn't just a better life. The reward is choice. The reward is sovereignty. The person who masters delayed gratification is the person who gets to choose their life. The slave to now simply takes whatever life gives them. The person who saves and invests gets to choose when they work, where they work, and if they work. The person who spends it all must go to the job they hate every single day for 40 years. The person who invests in their health gets to run, to hike, to live. The person who eats the marshmallow is trapped in a body that fails them. This is the enormous prize. It is freedom. It is choice. And every single second, you are deciding. This is your new mandate. Before every action, you will pause. You will ask yourself one question. Is this an investment, or is this a theft? Is this building the future I want, or is this stealing from the person I'm supposed to become? Your future self is watching. Do not betray them again. You have destroyed the now mentality. You have reframed this as a war for your future, and you have chosen your side. You are no longer a consumer. You are an investor. But an investor must have a target, a goal. A war cannot be won without a reason to fight. You cannot delay for nothing. You must have a vision so powerful, so clear, so unbreakable that it pulls you through the pain of now.
Chapter 3. Forge an unbreakable vision. You know the enemy, the now mentality. You know the stakes. This is a war for your future. You know the strategy. You are an investor, not a consumer. But let me ask you a question, and I want an honest answer. Why? Why should you fight? Why should you choose the hard path? Why should you suffer the discomfort of not yet for a reward that feels so far away? This is the point of failure. This is where everyone quits. They quit because their reason is weak. They quit because you cannot delay gratification for nothing. The now mentality is too strong. The dopamine trap is too powerful. Your vague, weak, pathetic wish for a better life will be crushed by the specific, powerful, immediate demand for that piece of cake. You have been fighting a war without a cause. You have been trying to build a fortress without a blueprint. You don't need more willpower. Willpower is a myth. It's an exhaustible feeling that fails you when you need it most. You need a reason. You need a why so clear, so powerful, so obsessive that it becomes an impenetrable shield. A why that is more real, more vibrant, and more desirable than any cheap temptation the now mentality can throw at you. This is the foundation. A strong why beats a weak why not. That is the entire game. The why not is the voice of impulse. Why not skip the gym? You're tired. Why not buy it? You deserve it. Why not watch one more episode? Who cares? It is the voice of easy, the voice of weakness. Your why is the answer. It is the cannon that blows that why not to pieces. Why not skip the gym? Because I am forging a body that can carry my family, run a marathon, and command respect. That is my why. Why not buy the stupid gadget? Because I am building a life of financial freedom, and that gadget is a prison cell. That is my why. If your why is weak, why not wins every single time. So today, right now, we forge your why. This is not entertainment. This is not a passive experience. This is a training manual. I am giving you a command. I want you to pause this audiobook. I am not joking. I don't care if you're driving. I don't care if you're at the gym. I don't care if you're walking your dog. Find a way. Pause this and go get a piece of paper and a pen, or open a new blank document. Do it
now. You're back? Good. You just proved you're serious. You just took the first real step. You don't need their permission. You just need to act. Now you're going to write. At the top of that page, you will write, "My 10-year vision." And I do not want your wishes. I want to be rich is not a vision. It's a wish. I want to be healthy is not a vision. It's a wish. I want to be happy is not a vision. It's a pathetic, empty wish. These are weak, and why not will always destroy them. I demand painful, obsessive detail. This is not a fantasy. This is a target. This is a destination. You are giving your brain a coordinate. If your vision is financial, I want the exact number in your bank account. Not $1 million. I want $1,452,000. I want the exact car you drive. What color is the leather interior? What does it smell like? I want the exact house. How many bedrooms? What exactly is the view from your kitchen window? If your vision is your body, I want the exact weight on the scale. I want the exact body fat percentage. I want the exact weight you can deadlift. I want you to write down in detail how it feels to run up a flight of stairs light and powerful. What exact clothes are you wearing in that new, disciplined body? If your vision is your career, I want the exact title, the exact business you own. How many employees? What exact impact are you making on the world? What does your typical Tuesday look like from the moment you wake up without an alarm clock to the moment you go to sleep? Write it all. A vague vision provides vague motivation. An obsessively detailed vision provides obsessive, relentless drive. That's the key. This detailed picture, this is your why. This is the shield you will hold up. When the temptation to be weak arrives, you will literally pull out this piece of paper. You will look at your 10-year vision and you will ask yourself one question. Is this momentary, cheap, easy pleasure worth that? Is this donut worth that body? Is this impulse purchase worth that financial freedom? Is this hour of wasted scrolling worth that empire? The answer will be no. You will finally see the choice. It's not about deprivation. It is about a trade. And you have been making a bad trade. You have been trading a priceless permanent future for a cheap temporary now. Not anymore. A strong why beats a weak why not. This is your new reality. Your vision is your truth. Everything that moves you towards it is good. Everything that moves you away from it is bad. It is that simple. Do not lose that piece of paper. This is not a one-time exercise. This is your map. This is your compass. Put it where you will see it every single day. By your bed, on your mirror, as the wallpaper on your phone. You will look at it when you wake up. You will look at it before you go to sleep. You have forged your vision. You have defined your why. You have given your future self a promise. But a vision is not enough. A promise is not enough. A vision is the destination. You still have to walk the path.
And that path is not free. It will cost you. It will demand pain. It will demand discomfort. The now mentality will not die quietly. It will fight you every single step of the way. You now have a reason to fight, but you still have to win the fight. To win, you must understand the nature of the price. You must learn to choose your suffering.
Chapter 4. The Two-Pain Principle. You have your vision. You wrote it down. You made it clear. You have your why, forged in obsessive detail. You can see the 10-year version of yourself, the person who is free, the person who is powerful, the person who is in control. And now, the now mentality is screaming at you. It's looking at the path between you and that vision, and it is telling you one thing. That is too hard. That is too much work. That will be painful. And I am here to tell you the cold, hard, non-negotiable truth. It is absolutely correct. It is hard. It is work. It will be painful. But here is the rest of the truth, the part the now mentality conveniently leaves out. Life is pain. You do not get to choose a life without pain. That option is not on the table. It has never been on the table. No one, not the richest man or the poorest, gets to opt out of suffering. You do not get to choose if you feel pain. You only get to choose which pain you feel. You only get to choose when you feel it. That is your only choice. And this choice is the single most important decision you will make every single day for the rest of your life. There are only two kinds of pain. The pain of discipline, the pain of regret. That's it. That's the whole list. You are, right now, in every moment, choosing one. Let's define them. The pain of discipline is the pain of the work. It is the pain of the investment. It is front-loaded. You choose to feel it now. It's the sting in your muscles when you're on the last rep. It's the boredom of reading a technical manual instead of scrolling. It's the hunger pang you feel when you choose the water instead of the soda. It's the awkward, cold sweat feeling of making the sales call, of speaking in public, of having the difficult conversation. This pain is real, it is uncomfortable, it is heavy. But here is the key. The pain of discipline weighs ounces. It is a payment. You pay it once, and you are done. You pay the price, and you get the result. The pain is temporary, but the reward, the strength, the knowledge, the freedom is permanent. Now let's talk about the other one, the pain of regret. This is the pain of the easy path. This is the pain of the now mentality. And here is its greatest trick. In the moment, it doesn't feel like pain. In the moment, it feels easy. It feels good. It's the reward we talked about. It's the cookie. It's the snooze button. It's the I'll do it tomorrow. This pain is light. In the moment, it weighs nothing. But it is not a payment. It is a debt. It is a debt you are racking up day after day, and the interest is compounding at a terrifying rate. The pain of regret is not the pain of doing. It is the pain of not having done. It's the sickness you feel when you look in the mirror and you do not recognize the person staring back. It's the cold panic at 3 a.m. when you realize you are stuck in a life you hate and it's too late. It's the bitter, acidic taste of, what if? What if I had just started? What if I hadn't quit? The pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons. The pain of discipline is a tool you use. The pain of regret is a burden that crushes you. Choose your pain. This is the mantra. This is the new code that you will run every decision through. You have a choice. Do you want the pain of discipline or the pain of regret? Choose your pain. The pain of the gym, the sweat, the soreness, the 5 a.m. alarm, that weighs ounces. The pain of the hospital, the diabetes, the heart failure, the body that has failed you, that weighs tons. Choose your pain. The pain of studying, the boredom, the frustration, the late nights, that weighs ounces. The pain of the dead-end job, the 40 years of being told what to do, the paycheck you can't live on, the knowledge that you wasted your potential, that weighs tons. This is not a negotiation. It's not about feeling. It's about discipline. It's about math. One path is an investment that pays you for the rest of your life. The other is a debt that buries you. From this moment forward, you will stop running from the pain of the work. You will hunt it. You will welcome it. When you feel that urge to quit, when your muscles are shaking, when your brain is screaming, stop, you will smile. You will lean in. You will say, this is it. This is the pain of discipline. This is the price. This is the payment for my vision, and I will gladly pay it because I refuse to feel the pain of regret. You don't need their permission. You don't need to feel motivated. You just need to choose. You have your vision. You have your why. Now you have your fuel. The fuel is your conscious choice to embrace the right kind of pain. You are no longer a person who seeks comfort. You are a person who seeks growth. And growth only happens at the point of resistance. You have the mindset. You are ready to choose the ounce of discipline so you never, ever have to lift the ton of regret. But a strong mindset is only half the battle. You can have the strongest why in the world. You can be ready to choose the pain. But you are still living in the enemy's territory. You are still surrounded by the traps. Your willpower is human. It is finite. If you force yourself to choose the hard path 100 times a day, you will eventually fail. You must stop fighting an uphill battle. You must change the battlefield. You must engineer your world so that the right choice, the disciplined choice, is the easiest one to make. You must build a fortress.
Chapter 5. Engineer your fortress. You have your vision. You have your why. You understand the two-pain principle. You have chosen the pain of discipline over the pain of regret. You are ready. You are committed. You wake up and you are going to will yourself to success. And by 10 a.m., you have already failed. You already skipped the workout. You already ate the donut in the break room. You already wasted an hour scrolling on your phone. Why? Why does your powerful why and your logical choice fail you in the moment? It fails because you are still relying on the single most unreliable, overrated, and pathetic tool in your arsenal. Willpower. I want you to listen to me. Willpower is a lie. It is a myth. It is a finite, exhaustible feeling. It is a battery that starts at 100% in the morning and is dead by noon. You have been told your entire life that successful people have more willpower. That is a lie. Successful people do not have more willpower. They need less of it. That's the key. Relying on willpower is why you are failing. You are forcing yourself to fight the same battle 100 times a day against an enemy that never gets tired. The now mentality is always fresh, the dopamine trap is always armed, and your willpower is always draining. It is a losing strategy. You will always lose this war of attrition. You must stop fighting, and you must start building. This chapter is your new strategy. You will stop trying to be a warrior, and you will become an engineer. You will build a fortress that defends your vision, a fortress that makes failure almost impossible. Because here's the truth. A strong environment is stronger than weak willpower. Read that again. Burn it into your mind. A strong environment is stronger than weak willpower. Your environment, your home, your office, your phone, is either a fortress that defends your goals, or it is a prison designed by the now mentality. Right now, you are living in the enemy's prison. The junk food is easy to reach, the social media apps are one click away, and the couch is more comfortable than the treadmill.
You have engineered your life for failure. We are going to change that right now. You don't need their permission. You need a plan. The plan is simple. We are going to change the path of least resistance. We will add friction to your bad habits, and we will remove friction from your good habits. We are going to make the right choice, the disciplined choice, the easiest choice. This is not about weakness. This is not a crutch. This is strategy. This is what professionals do. Amateurs rely on willpower. Professionals rely on systems. Let's build your fortress. We will start by removing friction from your vision. Example, your health. Your goal is to work out every morning. But your now mentality whispers, it's too much work, it's dark, it's cold. Your willpower loses that fight. Tonight, you will engineer your success. You will lay out your entire set of gym clothes, your shoes, your socks, your headphones. You will put them right by your bed. You will pack your gym bag. You will fill your water bottle and put it in the fridge. You will make it easier to go than it is to stay. That's the key. You are removing decisions. You are removing friction. The path of least resistance when you wake up leads out the door. Example, your knowledge. Your goal is to read one book a week, but your phone is on your nightstand and your book is on the shelf. Your willpower loses that fight. Tonight, you will engineer your success. You will take your phone charger. You will move it to the kitchen or the bathroom or any other room. Your bedroom is no longer a charging station. Your bedroom is a rest station and a reading station. You will put the book on your pillow. When you get into bed, the easy choice is to pick up the book. The hard choice is to get up, go to the other room, and get your phone. You have changed the battlefield. Now, part 2, we add friction to your failures. This is where you become ruthless. You have a choice. Example, your diet. Your goal is to eat clean, but your kitchen is a minefield of instant gratification. The now mentality owns your pantry. Your willpower loses that fight. I am giving you a command. Go get a trash bag, right now. Go to your kitchen. Open your cabinets. Open your fridge. Anything that does not serve your vision goes in the bag. The cookies, the chips, the soda, the ice cream, the sugary cereal, throw it out. I don't care that you paid for it. You are already paying for it. You're paying with your health. You're paying with your future. That is the pain of regret, and it is far more expensive. When the now mentality screams for sugar at 10 p.m., its path of least resistance is gone. It now has to get in the car, drive to the store, and buy more. You just won the battle without even fighting it. Example, your focus. Your goal is to build your business, but your phone is a weapon of mass distraction. Your willpower loses that fight every 5 minutes. Take your phone. Look at the apps that are stealing your future. Social media, news apps, games. The ones you know are the enemy.
You are going to delete them. Not hide them in a folder, delete them. Make it hard to access them. Make it so you have to log in through a slow, clunky web browser. Add friction. This is your fortress. A fortress is not a suggestion. A fortress is a wall. A strong environment is stronger than weak willpower. It's not about resisting temptation, it's about removing it. This is your new discipline, the discipline of engineering, the discipline of preparation. Your future self is counting on you to build a world where they can win, a world where the right choice is the only choice. You have your vision, you have chosen your pain, and now you have built your fortress. The walls are built, the traps are set. The path to your vision is clear. You have made the right choice, the easy choice. But the system, the fortress, it doesn't run itself. It still needs an operator. It still needs you. What happens on the day when you wake up, the path is clear, your shoes are by the door, and you still just don't feel like it? What do you do when the feeling isn't there? You must learn to separate your actions from your feelings. You must learn to kill the myth of motivation.
Chapter 6. The Myth of Motivation and the Power of Discipline. Your fortress is built. You have engineered your environment. You have thrown out the junk. You have deleted the apps. Your running shoes are by the door. The path is clear. The path of least resistance is now the right path. And you wake up. The alarm goes off. You see the shoes. You know the fortress is designed to make this easy. And you still don't feel like it. This is the final wall. This is the great lie that has kept you trapped your entire life. You are waiting for a feeling. You are waiting for motivation. I am here to tell you that motivation is a myth. It is a feeling. It is a fleeting, unreliable chemical high. It is the New Year's Day feeling that is gone by January 15th. It is the I just watched a movie feeling that is gone the next morning. Motivation is a drug, and you are addicted to it. You are an addict waiting for your next hit of inspiration before you will do anything. And that is why your life is in chaos. That is why your results are random. You are waiting for a spark. I want you to burn this into your mind. Motivation is the spark. Discipline is the engine. You can have 1,000 sparks. You can have 1,000 aha moments. You can have 1,000 good intentions. Without an engine, you are going nowhere. You will just sit on the starting line, sparking and sparking, going absolutely nowhere while the world passes you by. This chapter is where we build the engine. Let's define our terms. Motivation is the amateur's game. The amateur only works when they feel inspired. The amateur only goes to the gym when they feel good. And what are the amateur's results? Nothing. Failure. A life of what-ifs. Discipline is the professional's tool. Discipline is the system. It is the non-negotiable decision. Discipline is the engine that runs, cold or hot, rain or shine, regardless of how you feel. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and your results. Discipline is the weapon that murders your excuses.
And here is the only definition of discipline you will ever need. Discipline is doing what you said you would do, long after the feeling you said it in has passed. That's the key. You were motivated when you set your vision in Chapter 3. You felt good. You felt inspired. The feeling is now gone. The promise remains. Discipline is the mastery of your own promises. It's not about your feelings, it's about your identity. It's not about feeling good, It's about getting it done. You have a choice. You can be a slave to your feelings, a person whose actions are dictated by the random chemical storms in their brain, or you can be a master of your actions, a person who acts based on a decision. The professional athlete does not feel motivated to train at 5 a.m. when their body is broken and sore. They're not inspired. They are disciplined. They get up, they do the work, the engine runs. The professional writer does not feel motivated to write 1,000 words when they have writer's block. They don't wait for the muse. They sit in the chair, they do the work, the engine runs. Motivation is the spark. Discipline is the engine. So, how do you build this engine? You don't find discipline. You forge it. You build it piece by piece by doing. This is your new training. First, you will stop negotiating with yourself. The alarm goes off, the now mentality will immediately begin to negotiate. It's warm in bed. 5 more minutes. You can do it later. That is the voice of the amateur. The professional hears that voice and shuts it down. The decision is already made. It was made the night before. This is non-negotiable. You will use the 5-second rule. The moment the alarm goes off, you will count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and your feet will hit the floor. No debate, no discussion. The action is automatic. It's not about inspiration. It's about automation. Second, you will do it badly. This is the secret. You are waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect energy, the perfect feeling. That is a lie. The disciplined mind does not care about perfect. The disciplined mind cares about done. You don't feel like going to the gym? Good. Go and have a bad workout. Do it anyway. You don't feel like writing your 500 words? Good. Sit down and write bad 500 words. Do it anyway. You just did it. You just cast a vote for your new identity. You just proved that your actions are more powerful than your feelings. 90% of success is just showing up. The engine just needs to run. It doesn't need to run perfectly. It just needs to run. Third, you will create a non-negotiable list. I want you to identify 1 or 2 things. That's it, 1 or 2. These 2 things are your new identity. They happen. They are non-negotiable. They are the first things you do. I will read 10 pages. I will go for a 15-minute walk. You do not try to do them, you do them. You do not hope to do them, you do them. You don't need their permission, you need to do the work. This is how you build the engine. You build it by running it. You are no longer a person who hopes. You are a person who does. You are no longer a person who tries. You are a person who trains. You are no longer a motivated amateur. You are a disciplined professional. Motivation is the spark. Discipline is the engine. The engine is now built. It is running. It is fueled by your why. It is protected by your fortress. And it is operated by your discipline. But even a powerful engine can be stopped. It can be choked. Your fortress protects you from the external distractions, the junk food, the TV. Your discipline protects you from your internal excuses. But what about the mental distractions? The engine is running, but you are still pointing it at nothing. You are busy, but you are not productive. You are running your engine, in circles. You are choked by the modern world's greatest poison, noise. Your phone is buzzing, the emails are coming, the notifications are endless. You have no space to think, you have no space to focus. You must learn to protect your focus as violently as you protect your body. You must learn to master the void.
Chapter 7. Embrace productive boredom. Your engine is running. Your discipline is engaged. The fortress is built. You are doing the work. But you are not getting the results. Why? Because your engine is running in circles. You're busy, but you are not productive. You're doing, but you are not thinking. You are still a slave. You're a slave to noise. The ping of the notification, the buzz in your pocket, the endless mindless scroll, the podcast you have to listen to, the video you have to watch. You check your phone, again, for the 15th time this hour. Why? Stop and analyze this. You are not checking it because you are interested. You are not checking it because you need information. You are not checking it to connect with anyone. You are checking it for one reason. You are bored. And you are terrified of that feeling. This is the now mentality's last line of defense. This is its gatekeeper. Your fear of boredom is the gatekeeper of instant gratification. The moment your brain has 1 second of empty space, 1 second of silence, 1 second of nothing, you panic. It feels wrong. It feels unproductive. So you reach. You reach for the distraction. You reach for the input. You reach for the now. You have been trained, conditioned your entire life to believe that boredom is the enemy. You have been taught that every second must be optimized, filled with a podcast, filled with a video, filled with an article, filled with something. This is a lie. This busyness is just another, more productive-looking version of the dopamine trap. You are not thinking. You are consuming. You are not solving. You are reacting. You are not creating. You are regurgitating. The greatest ideas of your life, the solutions to your hardest problems, the clarity on your 10-year vision, they will not happen while you are scrolling. They will not happen while you are consuming someone else's thoughts. They will only happen in the silence, in the space. They will only happen when you embrace what you have been trained to fear.
Boredom is the price of clarity. Read that again. Burn it into your mind. You want clarity, don't you? You want the answer to your money problems. You want the idea for your business. You want to know what your next move is. You will never find it in the noise. You will only find it when you are willing to pay the price. And the price is boredom. This is your new training. You are going to schedule your boredom. You are going to weaponize the void. I'm giving you a command. Starting today, you will find 30 minutes. Just 30. Not 29, not 31. 30. And in those 30 minutes, you are going to do nothing. Let me define nothing, because your now mentality will try to cheat. Nothing means no phone, no computer, no television, no podcast, no music, no book. You are not allowed to consume anything. You are not allowed to distract yourself. You have a choice. You can sit in a chair and look out the window. You can go for a walk with no headphones. You are allowed to do one thing. Be alone with your own thoughts. And I will be direct with you. The first 5 minutes will be torture. It will be uncomfortable. It will be painful. Your brain will scream. The now mentality will panic. It will feel like a physical itch you cannot scratch. Your hand will twitch toward your pocket for the phone that isn't there. This is withdrawal. You are a dopamine addict, and this is your detox. You must sit in that fire. You must let it burn. You must hold the line. It's not about relaxing. It's about discipline. It's the discipline of thought. And then, after 10 minutes, something will happen. The panic will fade. The screaming in your head will quiet down. The itch will go away. And in that new, open, silent space, the real work begins. This is not empty time. This is productive boredom. This is the space where your brain finally gets to process the last 72 hours of input. It's the space where your resolve is hardened. It's the space where your vision becomes clear. This is where you solve the problem. This is where you will suddenly realize the solution to the project you've been stuck on. This is where you will finally understand the reason your finances are failing. This is where you will have the idea for your business. This is where you will finally hear your own voice, instead of the endless, deafening echo of everyone else's. Boredom is the price of clarity. That's the key. You must pay the price. You don't need their permission. You need to be silent. The amateur is addicted to input. The professional schedules the silence. The amateur fears the void. The professional uses it. You are no longer a person who fears the silence. You are a person who mines it for gold. You have embraced the silence. You have found your clarity. You are no longer afraid to be alone with your vision. But the now mentality is not dead. It is crouching. It is waiting. It is waiting for a moment of weakness. It knows it cannot beat you with noise anymore, so it will ambush you. It will hit you with a craving, an impulse, an urge so sudden and so powerful it threatens to tear down your entire fortress. Your discipline got you here. Your fortress protects you. Your boredom gives you clarity. But now you need a weapon, a tactic, a circuit breaker for the moment of direct attack.
Chapter 8. The 10-Minute Rule. Weaponize your impulse. Your fortress is built. Your engine is running. Your mind is clear. You are on the path. You're in control. And then 4 p.m. hits. Out of nowhere. No warning. No negotiation. A wave hits you. A craving, an urge so powerful, so primal that your fortress, your discipline, and your vision vanish. The now mentality is not just a lazy negotiator. It is an ambusher. It is a hijacker. It screams, eat the junk now. Quit the task now. Buy the thing now. And in 1 second, your rational, future-oriented mind is gone. It has been hijacked by the primitive brain, the lizard brain, the part of you that only understands one thing. I want it, and I want it now. This is the impulse action loop. It is the shortest circuit in your body. Impulse, action, regret. Impulse, action, regret. This is the loop that has kept you a slave. Your fortress can be breached. Your discipline can be overwhelmed. In this moment, you do not need a strategy. You need a weapon. This chapter is that weapon. This is the first practical tool in your new arsenal. It is not complex, it is not difficult, but it is supremely powerful. We call it the 10-minute rule. Here is the rule. It is a command. When an impulse strikes, to eat, to quit, to buy, to react,
You will not act. You will not give in. You will not fight it. You will wait. You will set a timer on your phone or on your watch or in your head for 10 minutes, and you will do nothing. That's it. That is the entire weapon.
It sounds too simple. It sounds weak, but it is the one thing the now mentality cannot defeat. Why? Because this simple pause is a circuit breaker. The primitive brain is all emotion. It is a fire. It burns hot and it burns fast. It is designed to make you act without thinking. But it has no stamina. It has no fuel. It demands now. The 10-minute rule denies it now. It creates a space, a buffer, a cooling off period. And in that 10-minute space, the fire of the impulse starves. The emotion fades. And your other brain, your logical brain, your future-oriented brain, the one that holds your 10-year vision, wakes up. It comes back online. It looks at the impulse, no longer burning with emotion, and it asks a simple logical question. Does this serve the vision? And the answer is no. This is the entire battle. Create the space, win the war. You have been losing because you have been fighting the impulse at the peak of its power. You have been fighting the fire at its hottest. The 10-minute rule is your new discipline. You are no longer fighting, you are out waiting. It's not about denial, it's about delay. That's the key. Let's use this weapon. Scenario 1, the food craving. You're working, the urge for sugar hits you like a truck, the now mentality demands the donut. The old you fights it for 5 minutes, gets exhausted, and gives in. The new you pauses. You say, fine, I can have it, but not now, in 10 minutes. What do you do in those 10 minutes? You change your state. You do not just sit there and stare at the donut. You get up, you drink one full cold glass of water, you pull out your vision, you read it, you walk around the room, you engage the logical brain. By the time the 10-minute timer goes off, the primal burning urge is gone. It's just a thought now, and your logical brain is in control. You look at the donut and you see it for what it is, theft from your future self. You have a choice, and now you can make the right one. You just won. Scenario 2, the urge to quit. You're on the treadmill. It hurts. You're writing the report. It is boring. You are doing the hard work, and the now mentality screams at you, stop. This is too hard. You deserve a break. The old you gives in. You're right. I'll finish it tomorrow. The new you pauses. You reframe the rule. You say, fine, I can quit, but not now. In 10 minutes. You set a timer for 10 minutes and you keep going. You push for just 10 more minutes. You write for just 10 more minutes. And what happens? By the time the 10 minutes are up, you have pushed past the wall. You have found your second wind. The pain has subsided. The momentum has returned. The urge to quit is dead. You just weaponize the impulse against itself. Create the space, win the war. This is your new habit. The impulse to buy, add to cart, wait 10 minutes. The impulse to send the angry email, write the draft, wait 10 minutes. This rule is a firewall for your life. It is the pause between impulse and action. And in that pause is your freedom. It's not about willpower. It's about strategy. It's not about resisting, which is weak. It's about delaying, which is powerful. You don't need their permission. You need a circuit breaker. This is the discipline of the pause. You are proving, moment by moment, who is in control. You are no longer a reactor. You are a responder. You have your fortress. You have your engine. You have your clarity. And now you have your weapon. You are equipped. But there will be a day, and it is coming. A day where you use the 10-minute rule, you wait the 10 minutes, the logical brain comes online, it tells you don't do it, and you do it anyway. You eat the cookie, you skip the gym, you fail. This is the most dangerous moment of all. It is not the failure that will destroy you, it is the shame. It's the voice that will immediately scream, "See, you're a fake, you're a failure, you knew what to do and you still failed. You might as well just quit." How you handle this moment, the moment after you fail, will determine the rest of your life.
Chapter 9. Failure is not an option. It is data. You have the weapon, the 10-minute rule. You are in control. But I'm going to tell you a truth that no other self-help book will tell you. You will fail. It is not a possibility, it is a guarantee. You will use the 10-minute rule, wait the full 10 minutes, hear your logical brain say do not do it, and you will do it anyway. You will eat the cookie. You will skip the gym. You will buy the stupid thing. You will waste an entire evening scrolling on your phone. You are human. And this system is not designed for a robot. It is designed to turn a human into a warrior. And in this moment, the moment after you fail, that is when the real battle begins. Because the now mentality has one last poisonous weapon. It's a weapon far more powerful than a simple urge or a craving. It is the weapon of shame. The moment you fail, a new voice will scream in your head, and it will say, "See, you're a fraud. You're a fake. All that work for nothing. You can't change. You knew exactly what to do, and you still failed. You might as well just quit." This right here, this is the true victory for the now mentality. It doesn't care if you eat one cookie. It celebrates when that one cookie makes you quit the entire system. This is the what the hell effect. This is the lie that says, "I've already broken my diet, I might as well eat the entire box." This is the amateur's mindset, and it will destroy you if you let it. I'm here to give you a new command. Failure is not an option. It is data. It is not a verdict on your character. It is information. It is not an identity. It is an event. This system, this entire audiobook, does not demand perfection. Perfection is a lie. It is fragile. It is for children. This system demands one thing: recovery. That's the key. This is not a system for people who never fail. This is a system for people who refuse to stay down. Let's use the example of a boxer. Do you think a champion boxer becomes a champion by never getting hit? Do you think they walk into the ring and no one can touch them? That is a fantasy.
A champion gets hit. A champion gets rocked. A champion gets knocked down. The amateur, the fraud, stays on the canvas. The amateur listens to the voice saying it's over. You're beaten. Stay down. The champion? The champion hears the same voice. They feel the same pain. But their identity is not the person on the canvas. Their identity is the person who gets up. It does not matter that you got knocked down. What matters is the speed at which you recover. Are you going to wallow? Are you going to lie there, bleeding and complaining about the punch? Are you going to analyze the failure for days, drowning in shame? Or are you going to get to your feet before the count of 10? You have a choice. This is your new rule. This is the final discipline. Do not break the chain. Your daily actions, your workouts, your focused work, your healthy meals. This is a chain you are building, link by link. Do not break the chain. But if you do break it, and you will, the rule has a second, more important part. If you break the chain, start a new one. Immediately. Not tomorrow,
Not next Monday, not after the holidays, not on the 1st of the month. Immediately. This is the antidote to shame. This is the murder of the what the hell effect. You ate the cookie? Fine. The chain is broken. The now mentality is screaming at you to eat the whole box. You will not. Your very next action, not an hour from now, but right now, will be to start the new chain. You will walk to the sink. You will drink a full glass of water. You will take the rest of the cookies and you will throw them in the trash. The new chain now has one link. You are back. You skipped the 5 a.m. workout? Fine. The chain is broken. The shame is telling you you're lazy. The day is ruined. Just give up. You will not. You will honor your vision. You will go to the gym at 5 p.m. You will do a harder workout. The new chain starts today. It's not about the streak. It's about the recovery. It's not about perfection. It's about discipline. Do not break the chain. If you break it, start a new one immediately. This is how you weaponize your failure. Failure is data. You failed. Good. You now have information. Your fortress has a weakness. Do not cry about the failure. Analyze it. Why did you fail? Be ruthless. Be honest. Did you fail because your fortress, chapter 5, was weak? You didn't throw out the junk, so it was there to be eaten. Did you fail because you ignored your productive boredom, chapter 7? Your mind was noisy and reactive. Did you fail because you skipped the 10-minute rule, chapter 8? You let the primal brain win. The failure is a diagnostic tool. It is showing you the crack in your armor. Your job is not to quit because you have a crack. Your job is to patch it. This is the final mindset. This is the mindset of the invincible. The now mentality cannot defeat a person who refuses to stay down. It cannot beat a person who recovers in seconds, not days. It cannot beat a person who uses failure as fuel. You are no longer a person who fears failure. You are a person who learns from it. You are no longer a person who never falls. You are a person who always gets up. You have the entire system. The vision to pull you. The two pains principle to push you. The fortress to protect you. The engine of discipline to move you. The clarity of boredom to guide you. The 10-minute rule to defend you, and the recovery system to make you unbreakable. You are no longer the person who started this audiobook. You are no longer the person who tries. You are the person who does. You are the person who is. You have become the unstoppable force we set out to build. Now, let's look at the person you have forged.
Chapter 10. The Unstoppable Force. You 2.0. I want you to stop for one moment, and I want you to remember the person who pressed play on Chapter 1 of this audiobook. Think about them. The person who was a slave to the now mentality. The person who waited for motivation. The person who was drowning in the noise of productive boredom. The person who was afraid of failure. The person who negotiated with their own vision. The person who tried. That person is gone. That person was you. But that person is not the person listening to me right now. The person listening to me now is a builder, a professional, an engineer. The person listening to me now is a warrior who knows how to recover. This is you 2.0. And this is not a goal. It is not a wish. It is your new identity. Let's look at who you have become. You are calm under pressure. Why? Because pressure is just an impulse. It's just the now mentality screaming for a reaction. And you are no longer a reactor. You are a responder. You have a weapon, the 10-minute rule. You create the space. You let the primitive brain burn out, and you let the logical brain take control. It's not about feeling calm. It's about the discipline of the pause.
You finish what you start. Why? Because you are no longer addicted to motivation. You have built an engine. Your engine is discipline. It runs when you feel good, and it runs when you feel terrible. It doesn't care about your feelings. It only cares about the promise you made to your vision. You are no longer the person who talks about the book. You are the person who writes it. You trust yourself. This is the greatest prize of all. You finally trust yourself. Why? Because for weeks you have been keeping the promises you make to yourself. You are no longer a liar. You are no longer the person who says they will get up at 5 a.m. and then negotiates at 4:59. You say it, you do it. You have proven to yourself day after day that your word is law. That is the source of all true confidence. You are not the person who tries. You are the person who does. This transformation did not happen by magic. It did not happen in a quantum leap. It happened because you finally understood the most powerful force in the universe. Delayed gratification is compound interest for your life. That is the entire secret. The amateur, the slave to now, lives in a world of subtraction and debt. The professional, the master of tomorrow, lives in a world of addition and compounding. The lie you were told is that success is a single, massive action, one big break, one lucky moment. That is a fraud. Success is the result of 1,000 invisible, boring, disciplined choices that compound over time.
Every time you chose the pain of discipline, you made a deposit. Every time you drank the water instead of the soda, you made a deposit. Every time you read the 10 pages instead of scrolling, you made a deposit. Every time you waited the 10 minutes, you made a deposit. Every time you failed and got back up immediately, you made the biggest deposit of all. At first, these deposits seem worthless. You make one deposit, you look at your account. Nothing. You make 10 deposits. Nothing. A month of deposits. And your life still looks the same. This is the valley of disappointment. This is the test. This is where everyone quits. They stop making deposits because they don't see the results. But you did not quit. You trusted the system. You trusted the math. You kept making deposits. And then the compounding begins. The interest kicks in. Your small deposits of discipline start generating momentum. Suddenly, it's easier to go to the gym than to stay home. It's easier to eat the healthy food than the junk. Your new identity becomes stronger than your old habits. This is the unstoppable force. This is the momentum that you built. And the amateurs, the slaves to now, they will look at your life. They will look at your body, your bank account, your freedom, and your calm. And they will use one word to describe you: lucky. They will dare to call your discipline luck. They will dare to call your sacrifice talent. They will dare to call your 1,000 deposits an overnight success. And you will just smile. Because you know the truth. You know it wasn't luck. It was leverage. It wasn't talent. It was deposits. It wasn't magic. It was math. You have a choice. You always had a choice. And you chose to become the investor, not the consumer. You are not the person who tries. You are the person who does. This is you 2.0. The person who sees the now mentality for the prison it is. The person who chooses the ounce of discipline to avoid the ton of regret. The person who builds a fortress to protect their focus. The person who knows that failure is just data. The person who trusts the power of compound interest. You are the person who understands that delayed gratification is not punishment. It is the ultimate power. You have the system. You have the tools. You are the new identity. You have reached the end of this guide, but you have not reached the end of the work. The work is just beginning.
You have reached the end of this guide, but you have not reached the end of the work. The work is just beginning. You now know the truth. You know that the now mentality is a trap. You know that you must choose the pain of discipline over the crushing heavy weight of regret. You know that motivation is a lie and discipline is the engine. You know that you must forge a vision, build a fortress, and use failure as data. You have the tools. You have the map. You have the weapons. The question is not, what do I do now? The question is, will I do it? This audiobook is not magic. Your action is the magic. The gap between who you are today and the person you are desperate to become is one word: action. My challenge to you is this: do not let this day end without taking one action. Do not think about it. Do it. Use the 10-minute rule. Write down your vision. Clear one piece of junk from your fortress. Do the task you have been avoiding. The ultimate power is not in knowing. It is in doing. Go. Do the work.